Hello there. I just wanted to share my thoughts on a game I like to play, but I also hate to play in a confusing way. It's a love hate relationship. It's called Brawlhalla, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. I think it's a pretty great game, but if you want to play Brawlhalla, you need to be aware of something. People people are dicks. I mean, obviously, it's a PvP game, and I really hate PvP games. Brawlhalla's pretty much the only PvP game that I play other than Evo Pop, which isn't really a PvP game. I don't know. But it's just, yeah, I like Brawlhalla, but it's full of a lot of assholes, cause people just get behind their screens and it's just like, oh, I can be an asshole to people online and nobody can do anything about it. And it's just like, So I just wanted to warn you that this game has like a lot of really nasty people in it. I'm pretty sure that since you're gonna play Brawlhalla, you know what a spammer is. And there's also combo spammers too. Combo spammers are the worst. But in a way, spammers are kind of good because they teach you how to dodge. Them. A spammer will teach you how to not be a spammer and how to beat a spammer, basically. But they're really big pains in the asses. Just to warn you. Cause I'm serious when I tell you they're pains in the asses. If you've ever played Elden Ring, I'm sure you know what they are. Or just any other PvP game. But I think Brawlhalla is a good game. But I don't agree with a lot of the people on it. Cause what they'll do is, you got the weapons that fall from the sky, and people steal your weapons. And it's funny because I've played Brawlhalla for a long time. I think I started maybe 2016. I'm not entirely sure, but you'll have to forgive me. My brain isn't the best when it comes to keeping a good train of thought. I forget often. But yeah, I've had my account for a long time, and I fought a lot of people. And a lot of people, they say that they're good. Oh, the silence. That's me drinking some damn good Mountain Dew. This is what is this stuff? This is the Wahi the Maui Burst. I think that's what it's called. It's the yellow stuff with the tiki torch dude on the front. It's pretty damn good. But anyway, the people in the game, what they'll do is they'll take people's weapons. And I'm guilty of this. I've done it before. I used to be a spammer, a really nasty, horrible spammer. I came from Lord Vrax. If any of you have ever played Brawlhalla, Brawlhalla, you know what is you probably know what Lord Vrax is. But yes, I was a horrible spammer. I was a terrible spammer, and I can own up to it. I was a horrible little asshole, and I probably pissed a lot of people off. But you know what? I grew from that, and I'm better for it. But I still spam toxic people. Because to be perfectly honest, spamming isn't the worst thing in the world. As long as you don't do it to somebody who doesn't do it to you first. I mean, that's my golden rule, Treat people how you would like to be treated. I don't always treat people badly, but, every once in a while when I come across a spammer or somebody who's toxic, it's just fun to rip into them. Especially if they get salty, bro. You know it's fun to beat the crap out of horrible people. Just nasty people, bro. But unfortunately, their lives are really crappy. So that's most likely why they're so nasty. Which is unfortunate, too. Because they didn't ask to be like that, but... what can you do? Anyway. So these people, what they'll do is they'll take your weapon and they'll do something called weapon starving, which as a fighter, like from a fighter's perspective, is pathetic, to be perfectly honest. I mean, doing it in ranked where you know, where like you're fighting for glory, you know, something tangible like a prize, that's understandable. Take my weapon all day, I don't give a shit. But when you're doing it in a fight, when there's nothing to be won other than gold, like that's bullshit. And then people say, oh, it's part of the game. Oh yeah? Calling you an asshole is part of the game too, but you don't see me doing that every time I lose. I'm just saying, you know, and people try and cover it up. They fight dirty, and it's not cool. Because I know it's part of the game, but fuck. You don't have to do it. And it's pathetic that you do. And I'll tell you why. And it also makes you weaker. You see, what I've learned after playing brawlhalla for so long is that winning and losing, it's not really enjoyable anymore. Yeah, you can win and feel good for a little bit, but it fades. It fades. It's like a drug. You gotta keep hitting it. You gotta keep feeling good. And when you can't feel good, you feel bad. It's kind of like a drug. You get addicted to feeling good. In my case, I kind of became numb to both. Once I let go of losing, fights didn't really matter. I started winning a lot, and winning became kind of numb, you know? In a lot of ways, I can understand how Goku feels. I mean, I know I'm not a diamond or anything like that. I'm not Super Saiyan or, you know, Ultra Instinct or anything like that. But I understand how he feels because, you know, when people don't fight well, it's hard to find good people to satisfy the urge. And, you know, I lost the desire to win or lose. To me, it just became about the fight. What I usually go by is a good fight between two skilled opponents is a reward in itself. That feeling you feel in your gut, in your hands, or wherever you feel it as a gamer. When you get into a fight with somebody and they don't spam, they don't act toxic, they don't do none of that shit, and you just beat the living crap out of each other, and you love it, and you end the fight, whoops, and you know, and you got that feeling, you know, who gives a shit, who loses, who wins? It was just fucking incredible, and it was a good fight, and a good fight to a good fighter is its own reward. And you know, that's why I disagree so heavily with people stealing weapons outside of ranked. Because it's just like, why? And you know, as a fighter, you make yourself weaker by needing your opponent to have a handicap just so you can win. I understand it's part of the game. Yes, it's a strategy. You can make your opponent weaker by starving them of their weapon. But honestly, in the end, you're only hurting yourself. You have to think of your opponent like a teacher, basically. As long as they're not a toxic piece of shit, then they're a good opponent to fight. And it's just like Goku and Vegeta. Look at them. They made each other better. They pushed each other. They didn't let up on each other. They didn't hold back because they were friends. They pushed hard and they sharpened each other. And they made each other so much better. And they did that because they didn't make each other have a handicap. They pushed each other as hard as they could. And they turned each other into diamonds. It's beautiful. From a battler's perspective, of course. But it's just, I wish more people understood this. I know a lot of people who play Brawlhalla probably aren't the philosophical types, but still, you would expect them to learn something. I mean, some diamonds and some platinums and golds even. I fought a lot of people who were actually good, you know? And a lot of you people listening to this, y'all probably play Brawlhalla too. I'll tell you what, y'all take weapons and y'all ain't good. I don't need to take people's weapons to enjoy a fight. I've let go of my ego. It's your ego. It's that thing inside you that makes you feel like you need to win. But once you let that go, once you let go of losing and accept that there is no true win or loss, then and only then can you truly enjoy a fight. And when you find somebody you can really go up against and they're not nasty and you're not nasty, that's when the real fun begins. Because you don't need to fight dirty. They don't need to fight dirty. You two just have at each other and it doesn't matter who wins or who loses. You enjoy it. And it's a beautiful feeling, and it's so frustrating that more people don't feel this and aren't like this. That felt good to say. And you know, it's funny because people are diamonds and platinums, and they say, "Oh, I'm the best. I'm better than you." And it's just like, are you really? All you diamonds and platinums out there with your arrogance and your egos and that chip on your shoulder that makes you think you're God just because you're good at something. Tell me, why is it that you need to win so badly that you would take somebody's weapon just to beat them? There's no glory involved. I mean, unless you're inside ranked, there's no glory. There's just your ego and it being hurt. You lose and you feel something. You feel something inside you, and it hurts. I understand that feeling. I don't feel that as much. I learned to let my pride die. Because as a fighter, you must accept that you are always a student and a master. You are both the teacher and the student. You are both the pen and the paper. You teach each other and are taught in return while learning. You know, and to rob your opponent of their weapon makes them less able to make you a better fighter. If you give a blacksmith good material, but you don't give them a good hammer, what's the point of making them or having them make something if it's going to be flawed or not as good? That's like doing a half-assed job on something somebody's paying you to do. You know, and it's disappointing. You know, because when I come against somebody like that, somebody who just who doesn't understand, it's so frustrating because I feel frustrated because they don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't get it. And I understand that they don't get it. They're kids, they're teens. But, you know, I still hope that they get it. I hope that somebody I come across has that knowledge, that understanding, to look at their opponent and say, this person could teach me something great. This person could teach me something good. They could improve me. They could refine me. They could mold me into a better version of myself. If only I'd take their hammer's might. If only. And a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people just see victory and loss. They just think, oh, I want to beat this dude no matter what. And I understand it's a video game, but it's just really aggravating. Maybe I'm looking too much into this. I don't know. But it's just, I wanted to say that. In case anybody ever comes to my YouTube channel and they know my gamer tag and they're from a Brawlhalla game that they just lost and they want to tell me how they feel. Well, homie, I don't know who you are. I don't know when you're going to find this video or even if you're going to look it up. But I'll tell you what, the anger you're feeling right now, you need to let it go because it's not worth it. If you don't, that anger is going to fester inside and it's going to eat you alive. It's going to make you do some stupid stuff. And you're going to end up regretting it. All I can say is let go of it, bro. Let go. Let go and forget about it. Like a fart in a hurricane, just let it go. I think I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, I think I got my point out. But yeah, you got to understand that you got to let go of the anger, bro. The more you hold on to that anger, the more it's going to infect you and destroy you. Because trust me, I know. I used to be a really nasty, negative spammer. Well, not nasty and negative. I was just really, really, really spammy. Ugh. Which is exactly why my Lord Vrax is level 47. Hey-oh! Ah. Yeah. It's not fun to laugh at. Ugh. I'm a little ashamed of it, actually. But, I grew. And now I'm better with Lord Vrax, even though I'm still crappy with pistols. But anyway, this video is a little bit long, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.